Did you know that most people, most women especially, do not get enough protein to support a fat-burning, healthy metabolism? So it shouldn't be that surprising that most vegans and vegetarians that are trying to get healthy, trying to lose weight, trying to optimize their metabolism, of course, they're not going to get nearly enough protein to support what they're trying to accomplish. If you want to lose weight on a vegan or vegetarian diet, you need to get enough protein. That should be your primary goal. Every meal should consist of 20 to 25 grams of protein. In between, you should shoot for 10 to 15 grams of protein for your mid-morning and mid-afternoon snacks. Total, you should be very close to 100 to 120 grams of protein. That's if you're not exercising very much. If you're exercising, doing metabolic workouts like I teach in my programs, then you can even eat a little bit more than that, and you probably should. So in this video, if you're a vegan or vegetarian, pay close attention, because I'm going to go over the 14 and a little bit more best sources for protein that are not animal-based if you're on a vegan or vegetarian diet. Most of my programs are not fully vegetarian vegan. I do promote, of course, a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruits, a lot of the gluten-free grains that you'll find lots of protein in, some seeds, some nuts. These can be problematic grains, nuts, and seeds for people with hormonal imbalances, people with thyroid problems, people that have stubborn fat gain from years of yo-yo dieting. But that's kind of on an individual, unique physiology basis that I'd prescribe somebody avoid nuts, avoid certain grains. But this list is pretty anti-inflammatory. A lot of these foods are not going to cause you any problems, even if you do have digestive issues or thyroid problems. If you have any questions about it, about any potential side effects of nuts and seeds and other things I'm going to talk about here, just comment below this video. So let's quickly go over this list. And then I'll add a few other tips and tricks inside as I go through. Lentils, chickpeas, spelt, and teff. Lentils are very similar to quinoa, is that they're one of the only grains that are a complete protein. So that's one issue with most vegetarian vegan protein sources, is that they do not have a complete amino acid profile, meaning there are some amino acids that you can produce in the body and some that you cannot, so you have to eat them. Most vegetarian protein sources, except for lentils and quinoa, do not have complete amino acids. That's why these I include in all of my programs, some type of lentil recipe, some type of quinoa. And that should be like your primary go-to protein sources if you're on a vegetarian or vegan diet. Other things that should be on your, at the top of your protein list for these types of diets are oats. Hemp seeds are great. If you are on a vegetarian vegan diet and you need some type of protein powder, a hemp-based protein powder is going to be your closest thing to getting a high-quality organic, whey or egg white or gelatin protein. The hemp is very close to having a complete amino acid profile, and the key is to find something with hemp and pea and rice based. If you can find that kind of trifecta, all those combined are going to give you a complete amino acid profile, and so you can just use that in your smoothies to get that 20 to 25 grams for breakfast or for another meal or any type of juice or shake. So find those three hemp, pea, and rice based protein powder in a protein powder, and you are doing a great job. You're way ahead of the game, because most people that buy these vegan protein powders end up with a soy based powder, and soy will set you up for disaster, especially at the hormonal level. Soy is estrogen mimicking. It's also hard on your digestive system with a lot of phytates and other anti-digestive properties. For the most part, I suggest you avoid soy like the plague, except for the occasional soy sauce or fermented soy is okay. So that's why you're not going to find any soy on this list. Other things that you can be eating for protein: sprouted grains like sprouted grain bread. Of course, it's not going to be gluten-free, but the sprouting of that grain to make the bread eliminates a lot of the anti-digestive properties. It removes all the phytic acids, and it helps promote an easier digestion. And so that's one of the big problems with gluten and other grains, is that that aren't sprouted, that if you have an a sensitive digestive system or any type of inflammation, you're gonna have a difficult time digesting that. And if your gut's inflamed, your thyroid is not gonna be working properly, your liver is gonna be sluggish, you're not gonna build that metabolically active tissue that you need to burn fat and to lose weight. Green peas, I already talked about that. Spirulina, it's like one of the superfoods, lots of good quality phytochemicals. I wouldn't say it's like a best protein source. Don't get all of your protein from that. Rice and nuts. Like I touched on earlier, nuts can be problematic for some people, especially with thyroid problems. The reason is, and this goes for a lot of foods, fruits and vegetables, nuts produce defense chemicals. So think of nuts as the prey and you are the predator. So naturally, nuts, and that's why a lot of plants are poisonous, because they produce chemicals to prevent predators, us, from eating them. So nuts do have defense chemicals that some of us are sensitive to. And so just be aware, if you are having trouble losing weight and you eat a lot of nuts or nut butters, then I would back up on those. But there's a lot, of course, more involved with determining what food exactly is the most problematic for you. But nuts do have a good amount of protein. They're not complete, so don't think that eating a handful of nuts is going to give you a complete amino acid profile for your protein. Chia seeds are also great, another superfood. Again, the main chia seeds is not, I wouldn't consider an optimal protein source. So the main protein sources for vegan vegetarians would be quinoa, lentils, hemp seed, oats, and of course combined the hemp seed and the rice and pea. Rice and beans and like chickpeas and things like that. Rice and beans, complete amino acid profile. Tons of people have over the centuries have survived off of rice and beans, and you're having carbs in there, a little bit of fat, and a perfect protein. So a lot of the ways to get the right amount of adequate protein in a vegan vegetarian diet is to combine all of these foods and other fruits and vegetables, of course, and other potential gluten-free grains. Combine those to get a complete amino acid profile. I mentioned the protein powder. Look for that hemp seed combo. What else? I want to reiterate, trying to get that 100 to 125 grams of protein. Let protein be like the way you start every single one of your meals. Begin that foundation of a meal with a protein. If you're struggling to lose weight, then make sure to get enough protein. It is the most thermic food, meaning it is going to boost your metabolic rate, helping you burn a potential 100 to 300 extra calories every single day. And if you learn how to macro balance your meals, like I teach inside the 3-week metabolism diet, which you can learn more about that by clicking the link below. Once you learn how to macro balance your meals and learn and understand how to eat carbohydrates, you're gonna be way ahead of the game, and you're gonna be one of those people that can eat almost anything and still lose weight, because you're gonna be focusing on your metabolism and your hormones. So we wanna avoid hormonal imbalances by eating enough protein. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll see you for another video very soon.